What's up, y'all? It's been a little while since I posted. I've been having a lot of personal battles and struggles, things that I've been dealing with. But that's neither here nor there. I ain't coming here to talk about my personal problems. I'm here to talk about something that's been in my heart for a while, and I can't help but think it's in the heart of the Father as well. The Father being God. Um, yeah, part of why I started this channel, well, the main reason why I started this channel was to talk about, the goings on of society, the things that we see. But it's just at an all-time high. I feel like, no, not I feel like. This is an extremely emotionally based operating group of human beings. Like, we live in a time where the words people say and their actions. Got my computer, by the way. I trust the computer. We live in a time where the people saying what they do reflect basically how they feel at any given moment. People just living life according to how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody seems to be going with what is their truth. And yeah, we all know that there really only is one truth anyway, and that's God's truth. But that's another discussion. You have a right to your feelings. All of us, we all have a right to our feelings, but our feelings aren't always right, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's contrary to what's right to God, to his word. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't live according to them scriptures, you don't read the Bible, nothing like that, we all have a basic sense of right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put yourself in check. You got to take stock of what you feel and, you know, weigh it. Don't just go along. It's not funny. You absolutely should not ever act. Let me not say you should not ever. You should not live life acting upon what you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's foolishness. The Bible says that he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. We don't see past the right now. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes, all we think about is how we can please ourselves at a given moment. Myself included. I'm guilty of that. I've been guilty of that many times. Father, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? When you live your life that way, where you let your feelings dictate, you know what I'm saying, how you gonna move, when you let your feelings call the shots, you're walking on dangerous ground. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what we feel and a lot of what we want to do just ain't good for us. Think about it. Think about things you wanted to do in the past. Let's say you had an emotional response or reaction to something and it wasn't the best. Think about how that choice might have affected you now had you taken it. Or think about something that you have done that wasn't the best. And think about how things might be different now had you not done it. Don't live in regret, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving y'all a point of reference. You might not. Okay. Wait, hold on. I just skipped something. Wait, sorry. Yeah, basically a lot of what we want to do just ain't good. You know, we don't think about the consequences of our decision making. We don't think about what's gonna happen if I say or do this, or if I don't say, or if I don't do this. We just say or do, or just don't say or don't do. And I know I'm sounding a little bit redundant now, but I really want to drill this in. You might not like your job. You might not feel like going to work, but I bet you if you call out, you don't go to work, or you don't perform long enough, you ain't gonna have no job. You might not feel like going to the gym. You might feel like indulging and practicing all the bad habits, smoking, drinking, eating bad. But I bet you if you do that long enough, you don't exercise, you don't do none of the right stuff, your health is gonna fail you. Ultimately, you're gonna die. dying early death for what? We all got to learn that, myself included. We all got to learn that life is just full of things that we don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Life is not about reacting to things. Life is about being proactive and not reactive. Life is about serving God. You know what I'm saying? Worshiping God, doing good to others. Ultimately, yeah, life is not what we make it, largely. And everything just doesn't need to be said or done. Honestly, that's just wisdom. We all got to learn the art of powering through stuff, seeing things through to the end, myself included. And not quitting things just because they get difficult, even if our emotions and our feelings tell us differently. You know what I'm saying? Feel what you feel, but make the correct decisions always. And that doesn't mean we're going to always make the right choice. You know, we humans, we fall short of God's glory. But you know, he's full of love and grace. I know I need it. I know I need it. You know what I'm saying? A great way to make good choices is to seek God, to seek his wisdom and his guidance. You know, crack them scriptures open or just talk to him. Tell him how you feeling. Let him speak to you, speak to your spirit. If you've never done that before, try it. Try it. I dare you. Tell me how it works. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do as the scriptures say. We gotta trust in the Lord in all our ways and lean not into our own understanding. And I've come to understand that many times what you don't want to hear is God talking to you. And what you don't want to hear oftentimes is what needs to be said. Many times it's what you need to hear, and many times it's a life-changing, or it could save your life. You know what I'm saying? And the contrary is also true. A lot of times what you do want to hear is from the enemy. It's of the devil. And ultimately it's meant for destruction, whether it's your destruction, others' destruction. It's just not good. A lot of what we want to do out here is just not good, unfortunately. A lot of what Jesus tells people to avoid is not good. It leads to destruction. What God says not to do leads a person down the path of destruction, and in the end, eternity spent away from him in hell. And for what? I don't want to go to hell. I don't know about y'all. But no wise, spiritually, mature person, no wise, spiritually mature and intelligent, emotionally intelligent person is going to be living their life from a place of feel good. You know what I'm saying? And feelings. Again, that doesn't mean that we're always going to get it right and we're all going to make the right decisions. But I feel like I can't help but think that there's some things that, some pitfalls or some struggles that can be avoided. That's just my 2 cents.